Two trucks having sex. Two trucks having sex. My muscles involuntarily flex. Two trucks having sex. Two trucks having sex. My muscles involuntarily flex. Two pickup trucks making love. American made.
Listen up, Autothoughts and Decepticons. You're listening to Prime Cuts, a non-linear history of the Transformers franchise on television. I'm one of your hosts, Audrey.
I'm your other host, Mara.
And we watched some bad decisions this week.
Hoo boy. Everyone was making some decisions this week.
This was, I mean, definitely Armada more than Flying Mind, but like, both of these episodes combined is definitely the most Spider-Man pointing meme that we've had so far. Everyone, there's even a line of it in Armada from Megatron, which is really funny, along the lines of like banner day for assassination attempts.
Yes. Yeah. He was having quite a day.
Yeah, it's also like 2 episodes of Megatron's very bad, no good.
Mm-hmm. One of them is kind of self-inflicted.
Yeah, not in a way that seriously affects him, but it is him having a bad time in both of these episodes in a very funny way.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, we watched Armada and Flying Mind. Once again, you know, this show's episodes are very connected. These are basically continuations of the same story, and we will see that further on. Season 2 of Prime is, I think, even more so than the first season, very serialized. It is not episodic.
Yeah, I mean, yes, like, for sure. I think Prime is the plottiest of all of the series.
And we've got some fun stuff going on at the beginning of here of Armada, where we just start in media res with Bulkhead waking up on the Nemesis and not really remembering how he got there, and just kind of stealthing around as best as he can to try and find a way out. Okay,
this scene is kind of crazy because I remember that all of Starscream's clones die.
Uh-huh.
And I remember that he was the one who killed the last one because he's like, I knew you're going to do that, you stupid horse.
Mm-hmm.
But it is kind of wild. Again, like this show is not shy about killing characters off, as we've seen increasingly this season. But so far it's been like pretty shy on like cold-blooded murder from the heroes.
Yeah.
Like it's something you've come to expect from the Decepticons and from Mech and from, you know, various other parties. There is still something about seeing one of the main heroes beat a man to death that's a little, oh, okay.
Yeah, you think he left this part out of his story? Because, you know, they were clone, it didn't count. I don't really want to worry anyone by telling about how I fucking
beat Starscream to death.
Just beat him to death with not even with my bare hands, with my giant wrecking ball. But yes, that's what happens. Bulkhead encounters who he thinks is Starscream.
And he's
they
sort
have
of
an
right.
He's you know, there's
I mean,
extenuating
this is all
circumstances.
technicality stuff we're working in here now.
Yeah. This Starscream badmouths Cliffjumper and says he's not going to give Bulkhead the same, you know, mercy that he showed RC.
Okay, to be fair, this scene is like really funny because Bulkhead starts making demands of him, and he's like, "Tell me where the exit is," and Starscream's like, "No, why would I do that?" And Bulkhead's like, "Well, when you were in a pinch," and Starscream's like, "No, you were gonna leave me to die. You only helped me because I had useful information for you. Do you have useful information for me?" And Bulkhead's like, "No. So tell me." and Starscream's like, "Listen, I spared RC's life the last time we came here face to face with each other because I owed her that much, because there's still a tiny weird sliver of honor somewhere in me. I don't owe you jack shit. So if you think I'm not going to rip your spark out like I did with Cliffjumper, I don't know what gave you that idea.
Yeah, and then Bulkhead just beats him to death, and it clearly is like, oh, I shouldn't have done that.
No, it's so
What?
funny. He says, he goes, well, he left me no choice.
Then we
What?
get the flashback of how we got here.
Yeah.
Both for Bulkhead and for quote-unquote Starscream. Because
Actually, we get him saying he left me no choice after the flashback.
Yes, him like basically reassuring himself that it's fine.
Yeah, he's like, it's fine. It was justified. It was self-defense and not murder. No court would convict me.
Look, what's a wrecker without having to practice your lines in the war crimes court? You know, it's an important part of being a wrecker.
Terrible.
So we have Bulkhead driving around. He notices like an Energon signal and goes to investigate. Starscream, meanwhile, finds the wreck of the Harbinger from all the way back in the first season, and kind of basically moves in to make it his new base for now. Can't find any Energon, but he does find a bunch of protoforms hanging out in a laboratory here. So he decides to have a little bit of fun with cloning.
And to answer the questions that I know are coming, yes, he would fuck his own clones.
I assume it happened off screen, just because you can't show that on the hub.
I've read that fan fiction multiple times.
But yeah, much like animated Starscream, at the first sign, at the first opportunity, he clones himself. Unlike animated Starscream, all of these clones are just him in totality and not his personality split into 5 guys or 4 guys and 1 girl. Oh, Slipstream. What's going on there, huh?
Oh, you know. She even says that. She even says as much. You know who I know what you are.
So his plan is basically to use these clones of himself to kill Megatron, to sneak onto the Nemesis and kill Megatron.
Because these guys, unlike him, have functioning T-cogs.
Yeah, it's really funny because
which he's not mad about at all. He's not owned. He's slowly shrinking into a corn cob.
Yeah. Bulkhead, meanwhile, stumbles upon like a stashed away like Energon hole that immediately gets sucked up by the Nemesis. So that's how he got on board. And this is also, we catch up to where we were, and we also see that in addition to all of his clones having the T-cog that he now lacks, Starscream also feels all of their pain. So when Bulkhead beats this clone Starscream to death, he feels all of it.
It does come back in a very nice way for, I think, the best line in the episode at the very end. Mm-hmm. The very last line of the episode.
Yes. But yeah, it's so funny how mad he is. Like, oh, of course this would fucking happen. Of course this is how it fucking works.
Yeah, this guy, what a genuine fall from grace.
So as Bulkhead is continuing to like sneak around, we have fucking Megatron being harassed by Starscreams, and he's like getting reports about Starscreams. Oh no! Before Megatron hears about Starscream wandering the halls, Bulkhead attempts to call the base on a Decepticon comm panel and accidentally sets off a bunch of alarms.
Here's the thing about this episode: everyone is doing about as badly as they could be.
It's not great.
No one's doing well here.
No
one comes out of this a winner, I would say.
And this beacon triggers Airachnid, who has been waiting for this exact moment to locate the Nemesis, and she awakens her horde of Insecticons that she stumbled upon a few episodes ago.
Oh my god, I just realized she's literally going, go my scarabs.
Yeah, go my goon scarabs, kill Megatron. And they do. And the Autobots, of course, pick up on this mass awakening of bugs and go, well, we should probably go figure out what's going on there, huh?
Yeah, I mean, they're all... Like, here's the thing again. Like, all the Autobots in this episode are also like, what if we just let them kill each other?
Yeah, RC straight up,
RC's like, I don't like Airachnid, but if she's gonna kill Megatron, fuck it, let her.
Yeah, like she when they ground bridge over there and they see all that swarm of Insecticons flying out into the sky, Prime goes like, "Huh, well, clearly this is a plan to kill Megatron," and RC says, "Okay, why do we care?"
Yeah, no, I think the exact line is something along the lines of like, "I presume we are about to witness an assassination attempt."
But Optimus is like, "You've got a point. However, we should probably stop Airachnid while we have the chance, don't you think?" And of course, this leads to Optimus and Bumblebee getting hung up fighting her rear guard of Insecticons, while RC herself chases down Airachnid, naturally, as you would expect.
Yes, of course. It could only end this way.
Crazy line from Airachnid later, but we have some Starscream
Tony's errant voice. Read this Yuri book!
So, Starscream's clones have occupied the bridge, and Megatron goes over there, and of course, at first he's like, "Oh, Starscream, you fucking idiot, I don't know what you're thinking just waltzing in here." And then, of course, there are 4 more of them.
Well,
so...
he says, he's like, yeah, so the first one he sees turns around and goes, "Ah, Megatron, it's time we finally settled the score." And Megatron, like, laughs in the face and goes, "Really, Starscream? All by yourself?" And then 3 Starscream voices echo, "Well, no."
And I love this because like he's immediately like, "Oh God, you've gotten into cloning now, huh? I see how it is. Well, if the real Starscream is even here, show yourself." And they're like, "No, we're all Starscream. We're all equal." And immediately Megatron is like, "Yeah, okay. But if you help me kill the real Starscream, I'll promote all of you to my second in command."
And he's like, he basically, again, weird relationship stuff with Megatron and Starscream is like, because he's basically like, you need a leash.
Yeah.
He's like, if you don't have someone to control your base impulses, you will just end up destroying each other. You know this. You can't help it. This is part of your nature.
Yeah.
And he's like, I can be that leash, though, and you can all survive.
But before any of the clones can come to a consensus, this is when the Insecticon swarm attacks. And Megatron takes this opportunity to start chewing his way through Starscream clones.
Yeah, the clones go, "What is that?" And he goes, "It's a change of circumstances." And starts blasting.
Yeah, so while he's having a ball over there, we cut back to Airachnid and RC, who are fighting in this big cave. And this is where we get this line, because RC gets the upper hand. And Airachnid says, "When you extinguish my spark, make it hurt. You know I would extend that courtesy to you."
Make it hurt!
Whoa. Literally
Tony's errant voice, "Toxic Yuri!"
Literally the line after that in my notes is just in all caps, "Freaky bitch."
Yeah, God, it's crazy what they do with Airachnid in this season.
Yeah, unfortunately, I think our time in the season has come to an end because RC basically refutes that with like, we're not the same, and Airachnid basically says, "Whatever."
Yeah, it's like, sure, Jan.
Yeah, but Airachnid gets knocked into one of the Insecticon's stasis pods. It shuts on her, and RC stares her down as she is like forcibly put in stasis.
Frozen. Which is arguably... So, Ratchet later on goes, "She deserves worse." And I'm like, I don't know, man. This is pretty bad.
You're not... I don't think you're conscious if you're in this kind of stasis pod, right? You're basically...
Yeah, well, it really all depends on that, doesn't it?
I think... From what he says next episode, because when they get like frozen by the Nemesis's stasis beam,
yeah,
I feel like a stasis pod basically just puts you like freezes everything, freezes your consciousness. You're not in like a fucking I have no method, I must screen type of situation.
Presumably, if they're the same technology.
Yeah. So, but yes, Airachnid has been put on ice for now, and is just gonna be kept in the basement. So we cut back to the Nemesis.
Many
Bulkhead is still trying to
surprises
find.
await you.
Bulkhead is still trying to find a way out. There's one Starscream clone left, who manages to escape Megatron. Who, as I said, he's having a great time. Megatron, as he's about to kill his last one, says, "Exterminating you was so gratifying the first 3 times."
Here's the crazy thing, and it really does go back to the pussy game ridiculous thing.
Uh-huh.
Because it was so easy for him to kill 3 Starscreams in a row.
Yes.
Right? So clearly, if he actually wanted original goods Starscream dead, he would never have had any trouble doing it. Which means pussy game ridiculous.
You know how in animated, when Starscream becomes immortal and Megatron kills him over and over again, that awesome montage. For Megatron, it's almost a chore. It's like an annoyance.
Yeah.
It's like, oh god, this fucking guy again. If that happened to Prime Starscream, Megatron got to murder him over and over again, he would be happy as a clam. He would stop pursuing the war to just do that. That guy's a freak.
They don't have a good relationship, folks.
It's not good out there.
Unhealthy relationship. You need to have informed consent about your BDSM practices.
Yeah. So when Megatron is being confronted by all these, bugs, they're flying around the Nemesis, but when Airachnid goes into stasis lock, they all are freed from her femdom mind spell or whatever. And all of them, it's really funny because from what we have seen of Insecticons, they are not sentient. They are not, they're basically like a big beast. But then when they're all freed from Arachnid's control, all of them fly down onto the deck of the Nemesis, kneel down and say, "We're here. Sorry about all that, Megatron, sir. We'll serve you now," in perfect English. Okay, I guess they were all just guys.
Listen, their favorite OnlyFans shut down, and now they're back to work.
Are you saying that all of these Insecticons are receiving mass post-nut clarity? Is that what's happening here?
I'm not saying it.
Okay. Well, Megatron now has a horde of Insecticons at his beck and call. Unfortunately, Bulkhead punches his engine. So the Nemesis crashes.
Well, you win some, you lose some, as they say.
I really love when Megatron hears the news, he just calmly, with a tinge of annoyance, just says, "Prepare for landing."
Yeah, no. So there's an unsung hero of this episode, which is the Viacon who is manning the bridge, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
He only has a few lines, but they're said very deadpan, and he's like, "Megatron, sir," and Megatron's like, "What is it?" And he goes, "We're losing engine power," and Megatron just closes his eyes and goes, "Brace for impact."
Yeah. So Bulkhead drives away. He gets back to the auto base, and he's like, "You're not going to believe the day I had." And then he walks in and sees Airachnid and a big Easter egg and goes, "Huh, you too, eh?"
Dun 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 dun. That's it.
Yeah, that was well. There's one more scene with Starscream at the end.
Yeah, again.
But yeah, there is the conversation about what happened to Airachnid, where you're right. Ratchet says, "Oh, she's in stasis lock better than she deserves," and RC says, "I tried to give her what she deserves many times."
Yeah, it's though again, could have done it here. Airachnid even told her to better make it count, better do it in one shot.
Yeah. And
what you gonna do with that big bad RC?
Yeah, Optimus says, you're stronger than her by holding back on those urges." But I don't know, RC might disagree. And then we get our last little scene with Starscream as the last clone flies back to the Harbinger. Of course, planning to betray the original because he's Starscream.
And,
what else do you
and
expect him
because
to do?
Megatron has planted the seed in his head that Starscream doesn't
Yeah.
think of him as being as good, which is true.
Yeah.
But
It's true. And of course, Starscream foresees all of this and instead shoots his Clo to the chest with a missile. Yeah, and finishes him off, and we cut to black, and Starscream just goes, "Oh, scrap, that hurt."
yeah, and the line before he does it as well is, I feel. He looks at the clone and goes, "I feel your pain. Believe me, I do." and then shoots him and just cuts the back and then scrap.
Yeah, yeah, just basically shit.
Yeah,
Fuck. God damn.
it's really good. Of course, like Steve Bloom nails it, obviously, but it's very good.
So, Starscream is going to be cleaning that mess up, but we are moving directly into Flying Mind.
So this
which
is
picks
fun
up right
because
where we
this
left
is
off.
one where really no one wins. Just
Yeah,
sort of like
like-
a net loss all around on all sides.
It's a really interesting one. I like this episode a lot. So the Nemesis has crashed, I think somewhere probably in Europe, based on where it goes to get to New York from here. I think,
Which is to
'cause
say
they
west?
mention it. They mention it crossing the Atlantic.
Oh yeah, okay.
And the place they land is like a hilly, it looks like almost Scottish Highland. So like maybe somewhere over there.
Sure.
Anyway, the Nemesis has been crashed, and immediately Megatron's like, "All right, we got to get back up in the air, or else Optimus is gonna come kill our asses." And we cut to the auto base where Optimus says, "Well, I don't like it, but I guess we better go kill his ass with the spark extractor."
Yeah. Oh, so there is a conversation prior to this between Megatron and Dreadwing, I believe,
Yes.
where I can't even remember what they're talking about, but I think I think Dreadwing is concerned that they're like exposed or whatever.
Yeah.
Or no, like Megatron's trying to push them to go faster, and like Dreadwing's like, like we will work as quickly as possible, but I don't understand sort of the extreme concern. And Megatron's just like, I don't know if you've noticed this, but Optimus has become a lot more ruthless since regaining his memories after I brainwashed him. Don't know what that's about. We're all looking for the person responsible for this.
Cut to Optimus picking up the spark extractor, saying, "Well, gotta do what's gotta be done."
Yeah. And everyone's like, "You sure you want to murder him?" And Optimus is like, "Want is a funny word."
Yeah, I kind of have to.
Yeah.
And it's like, this is really not how, I don't really want to do
Yeah,
this,
have I
but-
come to the conclusion that this is the only way to actually move forward? Yes. Am I willing to do it?
Meanwhile-
Also yes.
Megatron had a great idea on how to speed things up. Just fill the fucking fuel tank with Dark Energon and everything will be fine.
Yeah, it really is an immediate, I hope the consequences of my past actions don't come to bite me in the ass
Yeah.
moment.
And it's interesting. So this episode actually has a really strong connection to the War for Cybertron game, which is of course part of the same aligned continuity. No one ever vocalizes it, but if you played that game, you know what's going on and why what happens next happens. But yes, they fill the Nemesis's fucking fuel chamber with Dark Energon so that Megatron can control it directly. The Autobots get there right as it's taking off, so they have to try and like hustle to get the spark extractor over there, which I always thought was like a single target thing, but apparently it's like a big AoE device.
Yeah.
I think I was thinking of something else that was
Yeah,
a
I
single
think I
target
was
thing.
also thinking of something like more targeted.
Yeah. I mean, it's hard to tell what it does based on its appearance because it just looks like a Bakugan, like a flat Bakugan. So who knows what the hell it does. Anyway,
that is
so
not what I would have described it as, but I do see it. No, I do see it.
What would you have gone with? I'm curious.
I just kind of looks, honestly, like, I thought it looked like the microns in their native form.
Yeah, the Minicon panel, it does kind of look like that.
Like, that's the thing I thought of more than anything else.
It's a really sharp Minicon panel.
Yeah. It's third base.
So the Autobots arrive and they basically have to play hot potato to try and get the spark extractor in position, because as it turns out, the Nemesis has some tricks that even the Decepticons didn't know about, because it deploys this dish that shoots a stasis beam. That, like, it basically acts like the immobilizer from G1, where it just locks you in place and forcibly puts you in stasis lock. And Knockout turns to Megatron and goes, "Damn, I didn't even know the ship was equipped with a stasis beam." And Megatron looks sort of concerned because he didn't know that either.
Yeah. Yeah, it feels like the assembly line. Oh, I guess we're making status beams now.
Yeah.
Stasis beams.
I guess we have a stasis beam now.
Yeah.
So all of the Autobots.
I do really like Knockout being like, "Did you know that was going to happen?" And Megatron just, like, not responding.
Yeah. But yes, all of the Autobots get put in stasis lock by this thing. Basically, totally failed. And Megatron was like, "Great, let's just move the ship down there so I can pick up my fucking spark extractor, kill all the Autobots, and we're home free." And then the ship starts moving up, and Megatron's like, "So I said down. I said we go down so I can get the spark extractor." And a voice from the ceiling says, "Go fuck yourself. You're not in command anymore."
This sequence of events is so funny because first there's like a few things. So there's like a back and forth where it's like, okay, the ship has its, like, Knockout's like, "It appears the ship has a mind of its own now." And Megatron's like, "Well, it doesn't matter because the mind's under my control." He's like, and Knockout's like, "Uh-huh. Well, it does seem to be decoding this stuff really quickly." And Megatron's like, "Yes, that is exactly what I wanted it to do. You see, it is just following my command." And the voice goes, "No, the fuck I am not."
So, the reason this is happening is because in the Aligned continuity, the Nemesis is built out of Trypticon's corpse. In the War for Cybertron video game, Trypticon Station gets mutated into Trypticon by Dark Energon, and he's the final boss of the game. Optimus kills him, and Megatron salvages his... Yes. And Megatron salvages Trypticon's corpse to be built into the Nemesis. Now, I don't know why he forgot about that when he pumped it full of Dark Energon, but the result is that Trypticon's consciousness is now fully back in control of the Nemesis, and is just gonna do whatever he wants. He says to Megatron, "I've got my mission, and if anyone tries to interfere, I will not hesitate to put them into stasis lock."
"I won't hesitate, bitch. Rebecca!"
And he's also flying around completely uncloaked towards New York City, because it is like very quickly decoding the Iacon files. So as the Decepticons keep getting frozen, the Autobots are back at base going like, "Okay, well, everybody got frozen by the Nemesis, and now the Nemesis is just flying over the ocean completely uncloaked and without any, like, radar dampening." And so I think it's Jack who just suggests to Ratchet, "Well, if you just, like, call him, what if you just call Megatron to figure out what the fuck is going on? Because it seems like something weird is happening." So he does.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Him, right?
And Ratchet's like, "That's stupid." And then he looks at Agent Fowler, and Agent Fowler's like, "Eh."
Everyone just, like, shrugs their shoulders like, "I don't know, you got any better ideas?" Which, by the way, we forgot to mention, Agent Fowler accompanied the Autobots in their run on the Nemesis earlier, because he said he wanted to be like present to witness if Optimus was going to use some kind of horrible super weapon, just to make sure that, you know, nothing went wrong. And the Nemesis's guns did not target him. This will become important shortly.
Yes.
So Ratchet calls the Nemesis and is like, "Hey, Megatron, what the fuck is going on with your boat?" And he gets no answer for a minute, and then the Nemesis comes through, is like, "Hello, this is Boat. I am in control. I am going to New York to recover Decepticon artifacts." And Ratchet asks, "Okay, why are you doing that?" And the Nemesis hangs up. And it's never really established why the Nemesis is doing this. I think maybe because, like...
Presumably, the Nemesis can benefit from these artifacts as much as anyone else.
Yeah, and it also is probably programmed to further the Decepticon cause, and it seems the best way to do that as recovering these stolen Decepticon weapons. So it's gonna take them. And one of them is buried beneath Manhattan. Now, there's a problem with that, which Jack identifies later, once they realize it's going to New York for one of these weapons, which is that the Iacon Vault artifacts were sent to Earth a long time ago, and they built a city. The humans built a city on top of it. So if the Nemesis wants to get to it, the most efficient course of action would be to level the city that is on top of it, so you can dig in the ground for the artifact.
I mean, details.
And that will become important later. But for now, they're just trying to get onto the fucking ship. They send the humans in there basically because they realize that it isn't recognizing non-Cybertronians as threats. So we're gonna have a stealth mission, and the plan is they're gonna go in there, get whatever the ship has managed to decrypt from the Iacon files, and get out.
And who better for a stealth mission than Miko?
She's so stealthy. Everyone climbs Knockout like a jungle gym because he is like frozen next to the fucking like data console. What does Miko say when they find him? Doc Knock is knocked out.
Oh, that's good. Yeah.
Pretty good. That's a good one. And they've basically been given this big flash drive to plug into the console, and of course it downloads very slowly. This is when they realize that it's heading for New York. Fowler tries to touch...
They have to switch to FiOS, I'm telling you.
They really gotta. Megatron, you gotta get some fucking fiber optics in this shit, alright? Your shit is too slow. At least get a wired connection. You cannot run this thing on Wi-Fi. Wi-Fi saves us many monies on our internet bills, Starscream.
Yeah, no, at least a hardline Ethernet connection.
You could have Soundwave do it. He's so good at fucking cable management.
Well, he's also passed out, isn't he?
That's true. Yeah, it's funny because like as soon as Megatron says we have to take it back control of the ship,
by
like,
any means
Soundwave
necessary,
immediately tries to hack into a nearby console and just gets shocked into stasis. So, oopsies.
And that is when Megatron is like, fuck!
Yeah, oh god, he was literally my best guy. I'm fucked. It's like, yeah, Dreadwing's great. Not a tech support guy.
Yeah.
He's not gonna solve this problem.
He's not gonna turn it on and off again.
Yeah. So Fowler gets shocked by the console, and of course we know what happens when Fowler gets shocked. He gets very loopy.
But he's fine.
Yeah, he falls off this console, which must be like a 15-foot drop or something. He's good.
Yeah, he's been electrocuted and dropped 15 feet. It's fine. He's literally fine. Listen, as he said to Silas last week, he's got training.
His training involved getting shocked and flung off of a 15-foot drop onto his back. He's fine. So this leaves it to the kids to try and stop the Nemesis from going to perform Super 9/11.
They're calling it 9/12, the sequel to 9/11.
So to stop the Nemesis, to stop Trypticon.
Not to
doing
dox
9/12.
myself, but it is very funny to work a block north of the World Trade Center.
You look up and see a big fucking spaceship looming out of the clouds, and it's like,
Literally,
God damn it, not again!
Just for this just for a very short tangent, this was my office moved to this current building that I'm in, a block north of the World Trade Center, last year. So this past September was the first 9/11 that I was in the office for it, and it is crazy bonkers down there on 9/11.
Yeah, I bet.
Is what I will say about that. If you want to be able to if you want to be unable to do any work on a day because there's bagpipes playing outside your office for like 3 hours straight, get an office by the World Trade Center. That's what I'll tell you.
Jesus Christ, that's too much bagpiping.
I mean, so much bagpipe. Girl, it's so much bagpipe.
Like that's really an instrument you can only deploy in like precise amounts, and that's just 3 hours of it. That's not.
It probably wasn't that much, but it felt like it.
It feels like it. Yeah, I get you. So yes, they have to go to stop 9/12, which means they have to flush all of the dark energon out of the Nemesis' systems to unzombify it, basically. And they get to like the engine chamber, and they see Megatron with his hand on the like flush fuel lever right before he was frozen.
Yeah, and Miko's like, pretty bad it seems.
So they have like an end of Wall-E type encounter with Trypticon here, where basically the Nemesis is trying to use it finally recognizes that humans are
sentient beings.
He says, like, I have been infested with alien life forms.
Yeah. What is it? There's something that triggers that specifically, though.
I think it's because they knock over a bunch of energon cubes or something.
Is it them knocking over Megatron?
No, because that's the
after,
end of the plan. That's what they decide they have to do.
Because I remember it saying that, but I feel like it was something. It was something funny. Whatever, it's fine.
Yeah, I think they just knocked a bunch of shit over, and the cameras like looked around.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. The cameras that it finds Miko and Raph specifically.
Yeah,
it was like, what the fuck are you?
Alien life forms. So, Jack has a brain blast here because he can't move the lever since like Megatron's stasis locked form is just holding on to it. So instead, because the Nemesis is chasing them with this fucking like crane game arm that it uses to lift energon cubes, Jack like tricks it into slamming into Megatron, which imbalances him and knocks him onto his ass, thus pulling the lever to flush all of the dark energon. And Trypticon is once more simply a ship. I also forgot to shout out. I had a Megatron line noted down in here.
Mm-hmm.
It's right after the Nemesis starts talking.
Mm-hmm.
He says, "My own vessel dares to address me in threatening tone."
Yes. Like the speed with which, much more than last episode, this is Megatron's no good, very bad day.
I'm gonna say that. I'm gonna start saying that every time my fucking GPS gets a little sassy with me.
But like, the speed with which Megatron loses all control of the situation is so funny. Because
he goes from we must retake this vessel at all costs to all of my dudes are in stasis in about 5 minutes.
But even beyond that, he goes from I am in control of this situation to we must retake this vessel at all costs within 2 seconds. Yep. Right? Like,
yep.
And like, what is so fascinating about it is that there's really no one, with the exception of Optimus, who is able to make him lose his cool like this.
Yeah.
Like, We just had an episode where he commented on the number of assassination attempts that were made on him within the space of 20 minutes. And like,
yeah, it was like novel. It was like, huh, what a busy day.
yeah, exactly.
So they flush Trypticon's or they flush the Nemesis systems. The Trypticon's consciousness goes back to sleep, and everything's fine. Great news! The Autobots are waking back up from stasis lock. Bad news! The Decepticons are all waking up from stasis lock.
Yeah, so they're all waking up, and Jack's like, Ratchet, get a ground bridge, go, please.
Yeah, they have to go grab the thing here. Miko and Raph go through the ground bridge. Jack goes back to get the data because he's like, it's really important. We can't let the Decepticons have this.
I really like this moment from Jack. Like, everyone being like, okay, it's time to go. He's like, no, we didn't come here for nothing. I'm not leaving without this data. And this is, like, entire sequence of him, like, trying to pull this data file out, Knockout waking up from stasis and being like, oh, hello, vermin.
Yeah, he brings out the drill.
Yeah, and like almost like killing Jack there on the spot, and then before he can do so, Ratchet coming through the ground bridge and saying, I have a second opinion, and punching Knockout out is so good.
So good. Just rocking him. Fucking... And of course, as they go through the ground bridge, Megatron comes around the corner and says, you fucking idiot. You let them escape?
Yeah, again, not great to be Knockout with Starscream gone.
No. So everyone debriefs, and they're like, all right, well, good news. We have 4 of these coordinates. Bad news, the Decepticons also have 4 of these coordinates. Worse news, the Nemesis is now over New York, which is the first set of those coordinates. So I guess it's time to start moving.
Yeah.
Yeah. And this is going to set up like a pretty famous set of episodes that are all interconnected. And you can tell because they all start with the letter T.
Also because they all end with to be continued.
Yes. And I think specifically it's more like they're all happening at like the same time. Basically, we're in for some pretty fun stuff here. But that can wait until next week. That was Armada and Flying Mind.
Fun episodes.
Mm-hmm.
And we have some questions about them.
We sure do.
Our first one this week comes from Scrapple Roan. Which Prime characters would fuck their own clones?
I mean, Starscream is self-evident.
Starscream is self-evident.
I'm going to say not Megatron. I think he's got a complex about being like the one.
Yeah,
Megatron.
no, 100%. I do think RC would.
Yes. Knockout, it's a given.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. Knockout would be doing that daily.
Yeah.
Knockout, they're like, start to be like, oh, how was it? Did it satisfy your curiosity? And Knockout would be like, no.
Yeah. None of the Decepticons, but RC, I think definitely. She's got a lot to work out, and
yeah.
maybe that can help with some
I
things.
think RC's like, RC Butch for Butch would save RC, is what I will say.
Can you paint yourself purple and black and beat me up? She says to her clone.
Oh, Airachnid is not Butch.
That's true.
That's why I said Butch would Butch for save her. She's spending all this time on a femme who hates her.
Damn. Makes you think.
But is also how she expresses foreplay. I think that's it for me with Prime.
Yeah, I think so. I think that's everybody.
Actually, I do think the one like extremely funny exception to this is Dreadwing, who would be the opposite of like, no, that'd be like fucking my twin because he has a twin.
Yeah. Yeah.
And he knows
There
it's
you
not
go.
the same. Anyway, would G1 Scourge fuck the sweeps?
Yes, they do all the time. We just didn't see it on screen.
But they only last for 30 seconds.
Yeah, well, they go through them so quick
Right.
because Galvatron. Every time Galvatron
the sweeps
stubs
have the
his
life
toe,
cycle of a fly.
every time Galvatron stubs his toe, he blows up 3 sweeps.
Yeah. Smokescreen says 6-7 asks, what do you think contributes more to the Decepticon Betrayal Index, DBI, the rampant narcissism and paranoia, or their constant hate-tinged homoeroticism?
Why not both?
Yeah, Parque de los Dos, bud.
That's that you. I feel like those equally those like equally give to the index's total there. Like they are equal contributors.
Yeah. Cliff the Dead Jumper, Chet asks, so these are perfect clones of Starscream. They're clearly sentient, capable of acting independently, and possess all of his memories. Aside from the great philosophical implications produced by the situation, if the clone Starscream successfully killed the original and took his place, would it make any difference to the rest of the show?
I mean, no, but that reminds me, there is actually one way you can tell the clones apart from the original. In the episode where RC and has Starscream like in as her prisoner, which I think might be the first episode that features the Harbinger, he gets a scar from her and he has it for the rest of the show. The clones do not have the scar.
So here's the thing. I'm actually torn on this because I know I made that joke about like Pussy Game Ridiculous before, but like Megatron kills the clones so easily.
Yeah.
I genuinely don't think that Starscream would go down that easily. Original goods.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think you might be right.
And I think maybe that's just because they were born yesterday, but like, you know, yeah, I think there would be a difference in survivability. But also on that note, I don't think the clone Starscream would ever have a chance of successfully killing the original.
No, he simply knows himself too well.
How many Starscreams does it take to screw in a light bulb? You want him to do manual labor?
Yeah, it takes one to tell 3 Viacons to do it.
Exactly. Heybine asks, does Megatron have a bit of Maslow's hammer problem with his Satan blood?
Yeah. It's not even that all he has is dark energy on. He just has a lot of it. He's like, oh man, I sure want to use it. Fucking Dreadwing, drops a fucking tray or like breaks something. I say, Megatron's like, don't worry, bud. I've got it. I'll just put some dark energy on it and it'll be fixed up.
What's the worst that could happen? Unicorn's been
What's the worst
defeated.
that could happen? He'll never look. The corpse we built our ship out of woke up briefly and froze all of us and tried to level an entire city. But like that's
statistical outlier.
It was a freak accident.
Could have happened to anyone who used anything to heal their ship.
It could have been anything.
Could have been anything. Dead Name Stealing Fae asks if before that, also from Heybine, which is the worst outcome for a protoform getting formatted into a Viacon or turned into a Starscream clone? I mean, they both have about the same death rate in this show.
But I feel like if you're a Viacon clone, nobody has any expectations of you, like Starscream clone, that has a lot of baggage that comes with it, but if you're just a fucking Viacon,
on the other hand,
just hanging out.
I do think that a Starscream clone has more room to wiggle in if it could stop being its own worst enemy.
True.
Hard to say. They both die badly.
They die so badly.
Now from Dead Name Stealing Fae, if Starscream was still Silas's Discord kitten, do you think Armada would have played out differently, or would Silas still be too busy gaming in the hospital?
First of all, that was not... Silas will vehemently deny that is what was going on. I mean, if
is that what he
everything
calls
had still
you?
played out...
No.
I mean, if Nemesis Prime had still gone the same, I don't think Armada would have been any different. Like, I guess Starscream would have had access to Mech's technology, But also, that would probably mean he wasn't missing his T-cog.
Right,
So,
like,
there's
that's-
a lot of different things.
That's the biggest thing, is that he probably would still be fully functional.
Yeah, he wouldn't need to clone himself a bunch of times to go kill Megatron.
Listen, some men suffer from transformer dysfunction,
Mhm.
and, you know, that's fine and normal. And they have hymns for that. Do you think Agent Fowler gets strange looks from his doctors for how many times he's been shocked with presumably an amount of electricity that'd kill a normal human?
Yeah.
I
He
don't...
literally got
Oh, please go.
He got tortured by Starscream with an energon prod for like a long time in season 1.
I don't think Bill Fowler goes to the doctor.
They'd have too many questions.
I don't think he has a public record anywhere.
No. No.
I think Ratchet is probably his PCP now.
Wow. And Ratchet doesn't know anything about
Sure does
fucking
not.
human biology, so
Does not.
he thinks it's normal that he can take a shock like that, and the worst that happens is he's like kind of loopy
Yeah, like
for a little bit.
like I said before, he's got training. We've established this. He's fine.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Aurora RC asks, what drug would you put in the Decepticon warship and how would it affect its personality? I just lace it with cocaine.
Just pour a ton of fucking PCP into the Nemesis fuel tank.
Which in this case does not stand for primary care provider.
No, it doesn't. Just fucking dump a bunch of fucking salvia into it. See what happens.
Jesus!
It just warps to the next system over.
Yeah.
Crashes into
Ayahuasca.
it, crashes into. Yeah. Oh my god.
It goes and finds itself in Burning Man.
I saw the machine elves.
Oh, wait.
It's
What's
a machine.
The mushroom in China that makes people see little people?
Yeah. Well, that's just the Nemesis. That's just Triptychon's everyday life. He's looking at all these little guys inside of him all the time. He's gonna freak out.
No, I think I give it like pure cocaine, and it just starts playing Brat nonstop.
Yeah.
Uh,
which was already happening in Knockout's quarters.
Right, exactly.
It's just spread to the whole ship.
And then it asks seriously, should I do a little key? Should I do a little line? The Decepticon Serving Division asks, if you poured ketamine into the Nemesis' fuel tank, would you get the movie Event Horizon, or would it work as intended as a horse trank?
No, I think you get Event Horizon.
Where we're going, we don't need Insecticons.
You give that thing ketamine, it's going through the 40K fucking warp. You're going on a trip, and you're not gonna like where you go.
And you're not gonna have eyes to see it.
Nope.
Data Collector Sidewinder asks, with an episode named Armada, this has me reminiscing about old bots. What would Thrust be like in Prime? Would he have his own Armada?
I want Armada Thrust back in something else so bad. I love that fucking squid head. But like, there's already so many effete schemers on the Decepticon side that like it would almost be too much.
It's almost like
but if
a job requirement at this point.
Yeah, it's like if you are a high enough rank, you have to have
Dreadwing's the diversity hire at this point.
Yeah. Yeah, they had to replace Breakdown.
Who is in defeat, but
know.
sure was gay.
Mm-hmm. I could Thrust having his own like fleet of guys would kind of horn in on Starscream being the air commander, right? So I'd like to give him something else, but I would like to see a Thrust more like Armada Thrust sometime in the future, rather than just the red guy, because that's all G1 Thrust is. He doesn't really have a personality. The other two Coneheads, they have personalities, but not Thrust.
And our last question, also from Data Collector Sidewinder, was the warship... did the warship betray the Decepticons, or is it the only true Decepticon? It's a real, like, Soundwave IDW situation.
Yeah. Who can say what Triptychon was thinking? because they put him back to sleep. But I don't know. It seems like he was trying to do something, like, I don't think it betrayed the cause. I think the Nemesis was always working towards the greater cause. It was just like...
Yeah, just decided that Megatron was not the way to accomplish that greater cause.
Interesting. But yes, it was a little cranky. It had been on a million-year-long nap,
Yeah.
So that'll be it for our questions, folks. We have been Prime Cuts. You can find us on Blue Sky at primecutspod.bsky.social and find us on the Noise Space Podcast Network at noisespace.xyz alongside many other excellent shows. You can also find us on Patreon, patreon.com/primecuts, where we have bonus content for you, such as our monthly coverage of the Japanese shows. Currently working on Headmasters.
It's not very good.
It's not a great first impression for the Japanese continuity, but I'm sure it gets better. But we sure have a lot of fun trying to piece together the events that we have watched.
Yeah, I mean, it certainly does not help that we only do this once a month.
Yeah, so $1 you can listen to us slowly lose our minds talking about Headmasters. $5 and above, you can listen to our quarterly deep dive into all things Transformers Prime Cuts Nautica, where we talk about some of the more,
really esoteric stuff.
Yeah, some of the stranger bits of this franchise, from like characters that were never meant to exist, toy gimmicks that are just very strange and never really took root. And we've got some big plans going in the future for stuff like that. So hey, check it out if you want. It's $5. And at $10 level for our Elite Guard tier patrons, you get a shout out at the end of every episode. So thank you to Sabrina Still and They Be Calling Me the Intergobbler, the way I be eating Cybertronian ass.
It's really the gift that keeps on giving, Sam.
I'm Mara. You can find me on Blue Sky at Mara Wyvern at Biscuit.social and on Tumblr at Cyclonus with a 5 at the end of it.
I'm Audrey. You can find me on Tumblr Blue Sky at Optimum Prime. That's my funny robot internet joke. You can listen to the other podcast I do called Pot of Greed, which is about Yu-Gi-Oh! And sometimes I do sci-fi related drag, which you can find at my Instagram account at Maxwell Warp.
And until next time, listeners, I am going to dump salvia into the gas tank of my Nissan Rogue to enable it to reach the realm of the machine.
Untranslatable.
Yeah, in order for redacted transform and roll out.
I'm going to I don't know, Spider-Man point to everyone I see because we're all trying to kill each other. Transform and roll out.
Peach.
Peach.